And we are live. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. As promised, I am on at 11 o'clock. We'll let everyone load up. Everyone come on. Come one, come all. Who's still up with me? I know it is late. I'm the late night owl. One on the chat. Salute to you. Counterpunch to you. Open mind conservative. Mirror. Okay, what is that? Whatever that means. 2 on the chat. Counterpunch to you guys. Early birds. They say the early bird gets the worm. Where are we guys from? Okay. 3's a crowd. 3's a crowd. 4's for more. What's happening, guys? Where are we from? Canada. Nice. Counterpunch to you. So we got 6 on the chat. We got to talk, guys. We have to talk today. Counterpunch to you, too. Counterpunch back. Jacksonville, Florida. Flame on 24. Neves May Boo, London, UK. Gentleman's Game, welcome back. Counterpunch to you, brother. Yeah, we got a lot to say. We have a lot to say, guys. Let's get those likes up. We got 17 on the chat. Let's get 17 likes. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in. Wagwan, bro. Mala 2243 from New Zealand. Counterpunch to you. Let's get those likes up, guys. Let's get those likes up. The more likes, the more notifications. The more notifications, the more buzz. The more buzz, the more we can get this thing started. The more commotion. Motion creates emotion, right? Hit the like button. Let's hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. We got to talk. Dreams do come true. Christmas does come early, doesn't it not? You know what I'm saying? We have a confirmed date, a confirmed venue. You know, and I want to talk to you guys about how quickly this shit went, right? I'll let people come on. I'll let them come on. Let's get those likes up. Richard Luca, greetings from Tokyo, Japan. Konnichiwa, Richard. Counterpunch to you, brother. Corey Taylor, big likes. Appreciate you, Thomas Hames. Or Hamis. Great job. I try to keep it up. G Blackpool, UK. Mark Kinsella. Martin Catonholzi. Counterpunch to you. Clash of the Dunes is a terrible name. Hearns must have thought of that. Maybe so. Scants rant. I wouldn't doubt it. You know. Clash of the Dunes. Clash of the Dunes. Yeah, why not? Yeah, at me. What do you think? I don't care, bro. Whatever. I'm just ready for the fucking fight. I'm ready to land my left hook, bro. You know? Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. From Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Wow. Counterpunch to you, Sammy. AJ needs to fight Ruiz like Lennox did Tua. Absolutely. Counterpunch to you, Mala 2243. That is exactly what I was saying a couple nights ago. I don't know where these gnats, the summer sucks some places because these gnats fly out of everywhere and they're just all over the place. They're in the restaurants, they're in the fucking gyms, they're in Walmart, they're all over the place. Rod Rook Davis, or Davies. What up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Do you think AJ has the fire because the fight kind of reminds me of Rocky 3? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think so. Because I think he's harped on it a lot. I think he's harped on it too much, honestly. I think he's done 5 videos too many. 5 interviews too many. You know what I mean? I think he's done a lot of fucking videos. You know, he's done more videos than he's done in the last, 2 years? You know what I mean? Please answer, hey, you think winning hunger-wise now that Ruiz has the belts and also skill? TV, Samuel Garcia, SG, counterpunch to you. Brad Schaefer from Australia, counterpunch to you. No, I think it makes him hungry. I think he's hungry now. But I think he needs that person. He needs that guy that has that common denominator with Anthony Joshua. I'd say Klitschko, because Klitschko knows how to fight like that. You know, one thing about Lennox Lewis, what he shared with the Klitschkos, were the ability to fight tall, use the jab, and neutralize you from a far distance. Keep you at bay, keep you long, and keep you honest. When you did try to come in like David Tua, right? Mala 2243. Every time Tua came in with that left hook, Lennox Lewis would make him pay with a crashing right hand. And he did that strategically. He would control him. When Tua tried to come in recklessly, he made him pay. Make him miss, make him pay. That's what Joshua needs to do. Someone that can do that. I wouldn't trust Lennox Lewis, but someone that could do that and is good at doing that and can still do that, I feel, is Vladimir Klitschko. Maybe even Vitaly Klitschko. But I don't think Vitaly gives a shit about Joshua. And that's a whole nother, I'm going to talk about that live on another date. But that was some crazy shit. But Vladimir Klitschko, Anthony Joshua, you know, gentlemen, businessmen, right? Ex-champs. You know, I think that he could be a great asset. Because remember something, guys. Remember, Vladimir Klitschko was trained by who? Of course, Jonathan Banks as of late, but who was the man? Emmanuel Stewart. So he can share and pour some of that knowledge, even though Emmanuel Stewart's passed on, but his skills, his experience, his teachings have not been passed on, have not been forgotten. So Vladimir can pass on what he learned from Emmanuel Stewart to Anthony Joshua. That's who I would go for. Because I think Vladimir's a gym rat anyway. You know, I would say, hey, let's can all these other suggestions. Let's go right for Vladimir Klitschko. And I know that Vladimir would be more than happy because, you know, he's the comeback kid. He's the guy that has been upset himself. It does happen, people. This is the heavyweight division. It only takes so much pressure to hit this part of your dome to take you out. AJ to win under 5 rounds. You know what, Mark Kinsella? I don't know about that. I would say 7 or 8 because that was his problem last time, right? Ruiz was hurt. Ruiz has been down the first time ever in his career. So that's just like, that is phenomenal, okay? The fight was great. The fight was classic. But the thing is, Joshua was able to do something to Ruiz that no one was able to do. You know, so that's real talk. Ruiz was on his back. He damn near broke his arm. If you notice, when Ruiz fell, look at how his arm was placed. It kind of reminded me of when Mike Tyson knocked out a fighter called Clifford the Black Rhino ATM. He was from here, from Louisiana. He's from Baton Rouge. And Black Rhino was a good fighter. He's in prison now doing serious jail time, but he was the guy that was climbing the ranks, which he had ultimately fucking got stopped and upset by Frez Okendo. But anyway, he fought Mike Tyson, got knocked out in like 43 seconds. But the way he fell, okay, he fell on his leg and damn near broke it, right? Ruiz, that almost happened to his arm because the way he tried to catch himself going back. Watch that fight again. It's a lot of things in that fight that are memorable. That's why the Clash of the Dunes will be a great matchup. Win, lose, or draw for whoever, you know? Sebastian, okay. Good morning from Rome. Nice. Counterpunch to you. Good morning to you. Key for AJ is the jab. If he can fully utilize it, he can win. If his jab is not effective, he will get stopped again. Look, this type of fight, I know it's going to be, it's funny, like Rocky 3. He's gonna have to use some sense. He can't bang his way through everything. And that was Anthony Joshua's problem. He thought that he can land certain punches, and those certain punches will be enough to stop his opponents. Well, there are opponents that know how to slip punches, that have enough experience to avoid those big, heavy shots, like Andy Ruiz did, okay? So he's gonna have to add more to his repertoire. That is a part of growing as a fighter. That's the experience. The question is, can he learn those, make those adjustments in this short amount of time without a tune-up or another fight to give his confidence back or anything? We don't know, okay? I thought AJ was the A-side. Why is Luis' name in the headlines? It doesn't matter. He is the A-side, okay? A-Cube meets Lamar. Let me explain how that works. When you're the champ, right? You have certain amenities. Ruiz is the champ. Andy Ruiz is the champ. We need to start respecting him as the champ. He has the belts. He's a unified heavyweight champion of the world. Mexican-American, first of his kind. And we need to respect that. Like Eddie Hearn said, like Anthony Joshua said, he does have some say-so. This is one of them, okay? He wanted his name first. Ruiz, Joshua, 2, okay? He's the champ. That's no big deal. Win the ring walk. He'll have that too, okay? Joshua will come out first. Ruiz will come out last, okay? Because he is the champion. These are things that you have to respect being the champion. Unless it was a unification, and a lot of times what they used to do, they used to flip a coin. Like Oscar De La Hoya and Felix Trinidad, when these guys fought, when Oscar De La Hoya was the WBC and Felix Trinidad was the IBF, what happened? He's the WBC and the WBA actually, Oscar De La Hoya. But they flipped the coin to see who would come out last, and Trinidad won the coin toss, you know. So these are one of those things. But as far as venue, that was not a negotiation. They just didn't want to make Andy Ruiz feel like a chump. You know what I mean? But hey, do you see, did Andy Ruiz have anything to say in regards of, oh, well, I want to go to Saudi Arabia? No, it's settled. They're fighting in Saudi Arabia. There's a lot of money on the table, and that's how it's going to be. Okay? And that's pretty much it. But this $100 million Barbershop Live. What about Barbershop? Oh, he's live right now? Okay, it's good for him. Do you think Eddie Hearn cashing out Anthony Joshua, Daniel Vasquez? You know what? I think Eddie Hearn is a businessman. I wouldn't necessarily say he's cashing out, but if he did lose, it is for a lot of money. And if it's for, if you look at this type of fight, if it's $100 million and Joshua is making what, 70, maybe. My understanding that Ruiz will get 9 million and Joshua will get, wow, 91 million. It's fucking crazy if that's the ratio. But if that's the ratio, that should tell you automatically who's the A side and who's not. Because if that was the A side, they would have a say-so on how much money. Unfortunately, Ruiz signed a contract desperately wanting this type of opportunity. Now we can go back and see why Dillian White didn't want and didn't fight Anthony Joshua. Because if he would have beat Anthony Joshua in the rematch, Anthony Joshua would have still gotten more money than Dillian White, and Dillian White did not like that from a business standpoint. Because he was like, well, if I beat the motherfucker, I'm still going to get undercut, and I still won't be, I won't have the lion's share of the money. That's how it is, though. But that's when you fuck around with the A side, right? DMCC Mac, big up. Counterpunch to you, man. First one, welcome. Welcome to the chat. We have fun on this thing. Hi, man. I really enjoy watching your shows. Let's keep it real. It's hard not to like AJ. He's a class act. He will win the rematch. Well, Extraordinaire X. I wish the best for Anthony Joshua. I hope the best man wins. I think he will make adjustments, and that will make the fight a whole lot different from the last fight. Okay? It's just who can implement their game plan. Really, that's what it is. You know, AK-47, what's up, brother? Salute to you. Counterpunch to you. Men's Law Entertainment. Counterpunch to you, brother. Salute. Joseph Adetola. If anyone watched Klitschko versus Povetkin, this is how AJ should fight Ruiz. You know what? Look, he needs Klitschko in his corner. Rod Rook Davis. I agreed, Kurt. Vlad would be a great choice. Yes, he would be a great choice. Absolutely. Absolutely. This guy, look, Vladimir Klitschko is Apollo. Vladimir Klitschko is Apollo in this situation, in this scenario. That's who it would be. He's that guy that knows, that has the experience, that won, that lost, that was the cash cow, that was the king, right? And he no longer fights, right? Just the same way. Joshua needs me as an advisor. I'll be Joshua's Al Heyman. I won't try to screw over him or nothing like that. But if someone had like a best, advice for him, and I wish the best for Ruiz. It's just Ruiz is in a situation now where he's never been. So it's no pressure on him. The only pressure on Ruiz is the pressure that he's having on himself, because it's a hell of a thing doing something like Ruiz did and then taking it away from you. That would be very shitty for him. So I feel both guys, you know what I mean? You want to half-ass see, you want to see Anthony Joshua get his belts back. But then you got Ruiz, he's the Snicker King. He's a great inspiration for fat people all over the world, or normal looking guys like Homer Simpson and Peter Griffin. And you know what I'm saying? He's that guy that gives people inspiration. So it is a good look for overall. People talk shit like Stephen A. Smith and all these guys talk shit about his appearance. But guess what? He still has the ability, Shit, he might be a mutant for all we know. Bobby Jones, counterpunch to you, brother. Welcome to the live feed. I'm glad you was able to catch it. Let me know when you're ready for those shirts. I'll have them on standby ready for you. Big Dave, I think Ruiz will be a lot more cautious this time, even though he done what he did in the first fight. You know what? He has to be, Big Dave. If he comes in swelt, puckered up with confidence and shit like that, he's going to get caught with rights. He's going to get caught with punches that he doesn't need to get caught with. And for all we know, we're looking for a knockout. This might not even be a knockout situation, people. Let's be real. The way Joshua is, he knows damn well now, I cannot engage with the height of Klitschko, right? With the height of Ruiz and his height. The way his punches land, they land perfectly on his temple. It might be tailor-made like a puzzle piece to land in fucked up pressure point areas on Anthony Joshua. So because he's going to be worried about left hooks. He's going to be cautious. So you think for a second, Joshua is going to go in there and get overzealous like he did the first fight, knowing that all this is on the line. Hell no. He's going to go in there, boxing his ass off, using the ring. He already knew what his strengths are. He has faster feet. Ruiz has faster hands. Ruiz started getting frustrated because he couldn't hit him when he was backstepping, when he was sidestepping, when he was using his feet, when he was using the ring. He could not catch him. He was like jumping up at Joshua because Joshua at the beginning of the fight was pretty easy to hit, especially when you got him hurt, right? Because he didn't know really how to clinch, like talking about. And even when he did clinch, he was still getting hit, right? So, you know, that fight will probably more than likely be a 12-round decision. You know, knockout in round one. Look, if he knocks out Andy Ruiz in round one, we better fucking go back and look at the theory video that I posted about Joshua taking a dive, because that's exactly what I'm going to believe if he goes in there and knocks out Andy Ruiz in one round. If he knocks out Ruiz in the first round, bro, let me tell you something. I would be convinced. And I have a strong argument. Bottom line. So, Diane Branch, salute to you. Counterpunch to you, Diana. Or Deanna. A Bear or Herbert, Joshua needs to do what he did last time, but harder. Well, I think he needs to chill and be smarter. Mr. MK Cola, good morning from the UK. Is that Basildon, UK? Counterpunch to you. The Biscuit. Jordan, have you not watched anything building up? Fury and Wilder are just at fault. Yeah, he's going to, Tony, Augustine, don't worry. He's going to be more at fault than any other time. H Money, the boxing voice. Anthony Joshua will knock out Andy Ruiz in the rematch. You know, if he's smart, if he's learned anything from the first fight, that can happen. Because what's going to happen, it's, you know, just like Cuban boxers. They bait you in, they play a cat and mouse. Juan Manuel Marquez does that really well. So it's not just Cuban fighters. You know, they're more known for it. They set traps for you. They have you chasing them, you know, and then you walk into that person that's chasing them gets frustrated, and that frustrated fighter walks into something. And you can tell even in that fight, and it was only I think the sixth round, Ruiz was getting aggravated just from that movement that Joshua was doing. Fuck the fans, fuck the people that booed or whatever. You got to win the fight. And then that's a damaged dude. So why would you be damaged trying to still be a showman? Fuck, I guess that's hard, right? I guess so. But I mean, that's not the smartest thing to do. It's stupid. He should have recuperated like he did with Klitschko, because Klitschko had him dead to rights too. It's just Klitschko knew, and Klitschko's game plan, okay? That's why he didn't jump on that. He could have jumped on Joshua and got him out of there. What he wanted to do, he wanted to teach this guy how experience works. Unfortunately, he didn't expect Joshua to steal or to have that second burst of energy and heart to come back. By that time, he recuperated. Klitschko wanted to bring him in the late rounds, bring him in the deep waters, and then take him out. That's what he wanted, because he said it after. You know, he wanted to take him into the deep waters where he thought he'd never been, right? But unfortunately, it didn't go the way he anticipated. Kirky Shepherd, morning from the UK. Good morning to you. Oh, that's fucked up. DMCC Mac. Fuck. You know what? Just for that, I'm going to take the fucking stairs. Just for that. I hate elevators anyway. Shit, you get, you know, it's more cardio, better stamina. It's good exercise going down the stairs. I don't give a shit if I'm on the 23rd floor. I'm not taking the elevator. Anthony Joshua will knock on Andy Ruiz in a rematch the same way Lennox knocked out Hasim Rahman in the ring. I don't know, man. It would be phenomenal. But you know something funny, H Money? You know something funny? That if Anthony Joshua did that, if he knocked out Andy Ruiz, mind you, like Lennox Lewis did Hasim Rahman, he would be way more praised, and Lennox Lewis would hate him more. Lennox Lewis would hate his guts, because he's like, I fucking did that. Why are they all down this motherfucker's dick? Well, you know, Johnny Morgan, I'm glad is the first time for everything, my friend. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Counterpunch Boxing News. This is the Counterpunch Squad. We're talking about the newfound fight that has been confirmed. Ruiz versus Joshua 2. Clash of the Dooms. That's where we're at. That's what we're talking about. This is the discussion. 5:13 in the UK. Cool. The early bird gets the worm. Lewis versus Tua. Klitschko versus Povetkin should be templates for the fight for AJ. Yeah, the only difference is Ruiz is faster than Tua, okay? Povetkin's pretty fast. I think he has Povetkin beat too. Sub intention. What's up, dude? Counterpunch to you. Yeah, they sure did H-Money. You know what I mean? So, but I hope Ruiz don't do, like, pull some shit like he spends all this money. Well, he's getting another check. So I think if he blows this check he got from Joshua, he has another one, right? For at least $9 million or 9 million pounds or whatever, you know? So it might be a contest. It might be like winner gets that lion's share. That would be cool. You know what I mean? That would, that would actually be fair. Because that'll be more of an incentive. You know? They are cashing out in case AJ loses. Well, guess what? If AJ loses, Eddie Hearn still won't be a madman. He's still, hey, let me get this fucking money. You know what I mean? Let's get this money that I won't be worried about anything for the rest of my life. My investment from Anthony Joshua has been fulfilled. We had a long run. And he probably will, and he really doesn't have, he can go back to promoting guys like Joseph Parker. He just signed Joseph Parker, right? So it is what it is. But if he is cashing out, you can't prove it. But shit, it is enough money to consider him, the argument of him cashing out. Because it's like, well, damn, this is a lot of money. This is the most money for one particular fight, And the funny thing about this, I wonder what Deontay Wilder thinks of this money. I could have had that shit. Yeah, you could have. Big D's. Who was your favorite boxer of all time and why? Depends on Big D's. What time frame? Give me a time frame. Because I don't work like that. I'm in love with the sport of boxing, and boxers change over the years. So give me a time frame. Give me a year. Give me a weight class. Give me something to work with. I can gladly tell you. Chris Dwe. I believe AJ knows exactly what he has to do to win this time around. I'm glad that he spoke about Foreman. It would be great to get all the help he needs for this rematch. Yeah, that'd be good. Khalid Amin, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. I don't see AJ knocking Ruiz out. It's going to the scorecards. Gentleman's game, great counterpunch. That's what I'm saying. Everyone's talking about KO. Everyone's talking about Ruiz will knock out Joshua again. No one, it's very little people that are considering this to go to the scorecards. This fight is not going to be like the first. The first fight was sparks and fire and fireworks and shit, drama, knockdowns, multiple knockdowns. You had that. This fight will be nothing like it. Nothing like that. I hope we get some of that. You know what I mean? For the sake of the fight, but they're not. These motherfuckers are going to come in because let me tell you something about Ruiz, and let me tell you something about any fighter, okay? If you're fighting, even if a fighter dazes you, hurts you with a punch or a combination, right? You might be hurt, but the objective is not to let the other fighter know that you're hurt. That's first off. And if you hurt the other fighter, like it was a time where they traded left hooks, but Ruiz's left hook landed cleaner, but that didn't mean he wasn't buzzed himself. That just means he knows because he seen Joshua react a certain way. Okay? So since he's seen him react a certain way, he had that confidence. It's a conscious switch that comes on. Get him because I hurt him. I might be buzzed, but he doesn't know that I'm buzzed or dazed or shook, right? Like I know he is. So I'm going to go for the kill. And that's exactly what he did. So when Ruiz got caught that left, he had the psychological advantage because he knew, right, consciously that I hurt this fighter more than that fighter hurt me. And I don't even know if Joshua, maybe Joshua knows that now. Wow, that was a good shot. You know what I'm saying? That he hit Ruiz with. He caught Ruiz with good punches. It was times he hurt Ruiz. It's just what happened in that fight. He hit Joshua, and Joshua did not fucking recover. He didn't recover, and he didn't take time to recover. Byron Newton, watching it Holiday in Thailand. Nice, you're in Thailand. That's what's up. Hello, Counterpunch Master. Damn, kind of like that. Appreciate that, Mr. Taka. Flame on 24. Thank you for the super chat. AJ by KO. Flame on 24. What round? What's your prediction? Tell me, please. I want to know this. Daipo Papula. Good job. Thank you, brother. I try. Fabian Arsenio. There's going to be plenty of fireworks because Ruiz will press again and AJ is not going to run. You know what, Fabian? I don't know. I think he will run. I think he will elude. I don't think he will run. Again, I don't really believe in running. A lot of the fighters, a lot of people think, we've talked about this, right? I think a couple live chats ago. But a lot of people look at not running and taking punishment and taking punches that you don't need to take as some kind of sense of bravery. But it's actually stupid. You're taking punishment to your body. And to have that mindset to think, hey, I ain't gonna run. I'm gonna stand like a man and take these punches. Ask Keith Thurman how he felt about that. Look at Keith Thurman's face. Keith Thurman should have been eluding. He should have been using the ring. He should have been balling up, taking those 4 or 5 punches from Manny Pacquiao, punching clean through his guard. Those type punches cause for the talk with the fucking punch drunk syndrome. That's not cool. None of that shit's cool. You know what I mean? None of it is. Yes, it's going to be to the scorecard. Joshua will sit behind the jab for 12 rounds and win. Why not? He's making enough money, you know, and I think it would be one of them situations like Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia, where Errol Spence was like, hey, I wanted to show you I could box. I wanted to do that 12 rounds, right? Because what's the scenario coming out of Ruiz's mouth? Joshua can't box. Joshua can't fight. Joshua's robotic, right? Well, I feel that it's Anthony Joshua's objective to show him, motherfucker, I can box. Motherfucker, I can fight. And no, motherfucker, I'm not a robot. So what more to do that is to show him like, hey, let me do this to you 5 rounds. Let me show you why I'm a gold Olympian. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, why shouldn't he fight behind the jab? So great counterpunch. Miami Soldier, he says, AJ, let's go. Sub-intention, any news on the Dillian White situation? Fuck, Dillian White. Dillian White has now been stripped from the IBF rankings. So the WBC temporarily, the WBA permanently, and now the IBF permanently. That's what we got. That's Dillian White. He's in shit, you know. It's fucked up for him. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know why they're doing that without even knowing what's up. UCAD's full of shit at this point. They're just a full of shit committee or corporation or group of people that target certain fighters. And fuck that, man. Anyway, I don't want to get down. Salafera, thank you. You're a big fan. Appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Flame On, 24. Ninth round KO or TKO? Okay. Ninth round. That sounds about right. The Bane, 1986. If Chris Arreola punched hard, Kalnaki would have suffered the Keith Thurman treatment. Yeah, but again, Bane, 1986. We're talking about Manny Pacquiao, a guy that can pivot, dodge, then punch. He can come forward. He can dash forward, dash back. He can do a lot of things in the ring. It amazes me how people still take Ruiz lightly. I can't see Ruiz getting stopped before the 6th round, and I don't think he will get stopped at all. If AJ wins, it will be on points. Look, Mala 22-43. That's a great assessment, a great prediction. And people do underestimate Ruiz. You know, Ruiz is a guy that has no fucking neck. You can tell. You think he can't take a punch? Yeah, he can take a good punch. The worst thing that happened to Joshua is he got the knockdown in the 3rd round. That's the worst thing that happened to him. You know, because he was thinking then, let me go in for the kill. Left himself wide open and didn't know what was coming back at him. You know? So it's fucked up. Ian Anthony, they don't want White touching Wilder. Look, Wilder has to worry about Ortiz, you know, because that's what they're allowing. Deontay Wilder does what people tell him to do, you know. Big D's. Styles make fights. I believe AJ would beat Wilder. AJ showed Parker he can box and people booed. Big D's, great counterpunch. However, let these motherfuckers boo. Right? Let them boo. Simply because this, look. I've been to Iris Landy Lara fights. They've booed. But what's the man gonna do? Fight a fight that he doesn't fight and get knocked out or get hurt? Right? These are the motherfuckers that are in the ring that are taking the punishment. Not the fans. Sure, they fill the seats. I get it. You know? But at the end of the day, these fighters use their own experiences and expertise to protect themselves. Boxing is the safest way to go. If you can score points, if you can use ring generalship, right? That's all you need to worry about. So a lot of times you're going to have to sacrifice the displeasement of the fans in order for the greater good. And the greater good is getting the win. You know what I mean? It's just you don't want to make a habit out of it all the time and get a reputation for doing so. You know? Ron Murphy, I hope AJ isn't too timid with Ruiz. Such a big fight could end up being a tactical snooze fest. I'd like to see AJ work the jab, dominate, and go for the big finish at the right time. Roy Murphy, I think you are correct. That would be perfect for him, but he has to always be careful. And I think psychologically he is mindful of that left hook, because that was the punch he got hit with. And it's a damn shame Rob McCracken didn't know what fucking punch he got hit with. That's not good. That's not good. AJ gets KO'd in the rematch, just like he did in the first fight, American Patriot 1776. You know, what round do you think he gets knocked out in, American Patriot 1776? Base Sports. Look, it's not about being boring. Boring is a perception, really. Now, boring and unacceptable things in the ring is people clinching, holding, not making progress, those type of things. The Bane 1986. I think so too. I think Erislandy Lara is one of the best tactical fighters of all boxing. But you know something? He came around when Floyd Mayweather was mostly defensive, was defensive minded, and he counterpunched. And by default, since Lara was such a good boxer, he was thrown into this pool of those fighters. People hated Floyd. Floyd had special kind of hatred for him because he couldn't lose. He went to jail for beating his woman. A lot of people used that as fuel to hate him more, but they hated him because he was cocky, he was flamboyant. A lot of these guys were racist too. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't like him because of his skin color. So it was a lot of different reasons. Then Floyd could have been he could be a bit of an ass sometimes. So you got to throw that in the pot. So then you got Lara, then people are like, oh shit, he's another Lara. You see what I'm saying? Another Mayweather. So there you go. People, it was fair. He got a bad stigma, because of that. And then those guys don't fight a lot alike at all. They're just hard as hell to hit. Big D's. Floyd is a perfect example of I'll make my money. Who cares what the fans think? It's sweet science at the end of the day. Big D's, he said he would have fortune over fame any day. That is Floyd Mayweather's objective, right? And he made that happen. I think Tia Velil. I think AJ needs to respect Ruiz more. He's always saying he'll beat up Ruiz easily in the next round. Always saying he got into a situation like that with better fighters. Well, I think we will see. Tia, we will see. Because at the end of the day, a fighter could say what they're going to do. He might have a game plan to even go behind the jab, right? Fight behind the jab. That might be his game plan. But when he gets in there, maybe a natural instinct takes over, right? Or overzealous, that same overzealous, dangerous spirit, the one that wants to please fans, the one that wants to prove a point, the one that wants to knock Ruiz's head off. That may be the same spirit that he has and the same attitude and the same energy that might get him in the same shit that he was in the first fight. So you never know. This is boxing. Joshua can go in there fighting like Mike Tyson again, crouching to throw a hook and shit. You don't have to crouch to throw a hook. You know what I mean? It's like when he throws that hook and he kind of crouches and hooks with it. It's almost like he's emulating Joe Frazier. I'm like, dude, Joe Frazier's fucking 5'10". Stop. You know what I mean? Yeah, he does. He does need the experience in his ring and his staff. Tony Lyons. Good morning, Counterpunch. Love from the UK. Time to get up. Absolutely. Rise and shine, wake and bake, whatever you guys do. Base Sports, race bait. I don't know what the hell that means. Ortiz is overrated and he ain't beating Wilder. I'll save that for another day because I want to do one on that, on that particular fight because I got a lot to talk about with that fight. Joshua get KO'd in the 6th round. American Patriot, he gets the 6th round knockout. Wow. Just explained how that could happen. This is boxing, heavyweight boxing. That shit could happen, Kurt DeVille, shout out from Ascot, UK. Glad the AJ fan fight has been made. Lou, me too. Counterpunch to you, Lou, me too. I am fucking glad because see, this fight, I was worried about this fight. I was really, really, really worried about this fight because Like you had Ruiz talking shit, changing tunes, saying one thing, then saying another thing, you know. Let's get those likes up, guys. Let's get those likes up. Who hasn't hit the like button, do that for me. Will you? But it's like this. You have these type of fights, and you got one guy that really didn't supposed to be there, right? You know, he wasn't not supposed to be there because we can't determine fate, right? If things would have went the way they supposed to went, they would have been Miller getting knocked out or Joshua getting knocked out. Ruiz was nowhere in the picture. Ruiz was a replacement. He took the opportunity. He used it. Okay. He got that. He done that. He made pay dirt. He made a gang of money he never made, he never seen in his life. And now the people that allowed him to fight, which is Al Heyman, his promoter, now they took interest in him. There's no doubt about it. That was the reason for all the procrastination, all that bullshit led up to, oh, I don't think I want to fight in the UK. Dillian White tested positive. It's a setup. I ain't going over there. You know what I mean? And then you got a whole nother change of tune. Oh, well, wherever the fight's going to be, I'm sure it's going to be a good fight. Then it goes back to, oh, I ain't going over there again. See, it was too many changes. It was too many changes of tunes. People were too indecisive. That didn't look good. So I am glad this fight is happening because it could have went, this is boxing, people. Shit happens. Like types of shit that happens in boxing, it's like, give me a fucking break, please. Are you serious? These guys are not going to fight because of what? These things can happen. And I have to really commend Team AJ. You have to. Because they really just put their foot down without really talking like they're going to put their foot down. Right? They kind of half-ass said that. Let me explain. Have you guys seen how subtle this shit was? How all of a sudden, okay, the day's the 9th. So wasn't it early this morning, right? Boom, fights happen in Saudi Arabia. All on Anthony Joshua's Instagram, social media, right? Everything flooded. AJ versus Anthony Joshua. AR. Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua. It kind of sounds weird to say. 2, Saudi Arabia. Okay. Kind of looks weird to see Joshua on the right side, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It kind of weird. It's weird to see him over there because you've never seen him over there before, you know? But I can imagine it's humbling to him to know, hey, I'm not the champ. I'm fighting for my shit back, but I'm not the champ. To a better man, and he wouldn't drop Rob McCracken if he needed a better trainer. Agree? No, I don't agree, Big D's. He should have got the fuck rid of Rob McCracken. But what are you gonna do? You know, no, I don't. I think Rob McCracken only took him to a certain level, and he failed him with this last test, this last examination. He failed. He failed him as a trainer. He couldn't even fucking tell him what he got. What did he hit me with? You know, Joshua was like, what the fuck he hit me with? Rob McCracken like, he hit you with both of them. No, motherfucker, he asked you what he did. He hurt me with. He hurt him with the left hook. So that shows he wasn't even paying attention to the fight. You know what I mean? I'll counterpunch your counterpunch, dude. Okay. That's what we do. Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. Wow, I guess so in this fight. Do you feel AJ will KO Ruiz? Like, what do you feel? I don't know yet. I will say this. Joshua, He needs to stay off social media. I think social media is a distraction to Anthony Joshua. No, Tony Lyons, I wouldn't go with Tyson, because Tyson, it's hard to identify with someone shorter trying to tell a shorter fighter trying to tell a taller fighter how to fight like a taller fighter. I just don't see the logic in it. I don't see where that would help him referencing, unless Tyson's trying to emulate Ruiz, you know what I mean, and anticipate what Ruiz will do. I don't know. William Jameson, respect. Big man. AJ needs to fight like the taller man. That crouching showed how green he is. He was. Yep, I agree. I don't know what the hell he was doing. Corey Patrick. Now, if Wilder knocks out Ortiz like he did Brazil before the Ruiz Joshua 2, will Joshua be thinking Wilder again? Corey Patrick, that's a good question, but he better sure as hell not be. I heard that. You're thinking about Wilder's knockout. But that was one of the theories, right? He felt that he had to make an impression to the American public because his rival just did that shit quick, did it faster than he did, right? Because he knocked out the same guy, but it took him 7 rounds. But ironically, he tried to make an impression on our counterpunch, right, response to Wilder's knockout and got stopped in 7 rounds. Crazy. Lennox Lewis would be the best trainer for Joshua. American Patriot 1776. I would agree he would, but then again, I don't think that would work socially. I don't think those guys like each other. Personally, I don't think that Lennox Lewis likes Joshua like that. C stance. I'm concerned though the fight is scheduled earlier. It's scheduled either Ruiz or Joshua has an injury in camp and the fight is delayed. C stance, that's boxing. You can't worry about that shit until it happens. You'll lose sleep over shit like, oh, what if this happened? What if that happened? People get injured. People get hurt. It happens. Shit gets delayed. Steve Judges. AJ knocks Ruiz out in round 5 by an uppercut followed by a left hook. Then that's all she wrote. 2-time world heavyweight champion, flex emoji, same he done against Klitschko. Steven Judges, let me let you in on a little something. A little something. Let me counterpunch you. That's exactly what Joshua was trying to throw when he got caught with a left hook. One of the counters of an uppercut too close is a left hook. Think about it. If you're coming underneath someone, you're leaving your guard open for what? Someone to come around. Simple. That's exactly what happened. He was trying to land that uppercut. Okay? Ruiz dipped and threw his own and countered that right uppercut. So he could get himself in trouble throwing that type of punch also. Because remember, it was the right uppercut that did that shit to Vladimir and made his neck stretch, stretched out his vertebrae. Tony Lyons, Kirk, this 70 million, is that really to be split 50-50? I thought Ruiz was only getting around 10 million from the contract. A contract I don't think that was as watertight as I thought. You know what? We'll see. I'll do some digging, but I heard the same thing, 9-10 million for Ruiz. But that's crazy. But again, that's why Dillian White didn't want that type of fight. This is a must win for AJ and he's finished. Daniel Z, you know what? I used to say that. I think one thing will happen with Anthony Joshua. He can fight again, but he never will be like he once was if he loses. And it's the way he loses. If he loses in a tough, murky fight that could have went either way, okay. Then you know the money's going to be on the table and it's going to be irresistible for Ruiz not to take it. Do you think Ruiz is going to do what fucking Deontay Wilder did? Of course he won't, because he's already fought him twice at that point. So why would he turn down the lion's share of the money now? He would fight him a third time, probably in the UK or America. More than likely it'd be over here in America since Ruiz has the second win, okay? And then what happens if they do fight again and Joshua ends up getting the win? You know, but Ruiz will receive all that fucking money that he's never received. And that's something that's going to set him for life. $9 million is good, but compared to the lion's share, which is $70–80 million, something that no other fighter has got at one time besides Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Money Mayweather, right? You think he's going to pass on that? But I think it depends on how Joshua loses, though. Back to that. If Joshua gets knocked out again, no, people won't. Because again, he could continue fighting, but he's going to lose a lot of steam, a lot of respect. He's going to lose a lot of fans. And the funny thing about this, if he does lose people, that still doesn't mean that Deontay Wilder can go out there and smoke him. I could even understand people believing in the triangle theory. Like, let's say Ruiz got beat by Deontay Wilder once upon a time. And then, of course, Ruiz beats Joshua. And, of course, oh, well, gosh, Joshua, no, he can't beat Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder beat Ruiz, right? I can understand if that was the scenario. But that's not even the fucking scenario. These guys ain't even fought each other, right? Wilder fought Fury. Fury has fought Klitschko. That's it. He's fought Klitschko and Wilder. Wilder, the only person that he's fought is Eric Molina and now Dominic Brazil, okay? And I think it's another fighter, but those guys, these top guys haven't fought each other to know where they are at. AJ has fought Ruiz, AJ's fought Dillian White, he's fought Parker, he's fought Povetkin. Deontay Wilder ain't fought any of those fucking guys. So there's no one to really compare him to. There's no one to compare what Deontay Wilder can do because they had some similar opponents, but not top guys. You know, I guess Dominic Brazil, if you want to call him he's a ranking guy, I guess. Shit, but he got knocked the fuck out. But those were two different styles. You know, those guys, look, and it's so funny. People think that, oh man, AJ will be finished. He ain't going to be the same AJ. People won't look at him the same. I agree with that, but not saying he couldn't beat one of these guys because these guys will think, okay, I don't have to worry about Joshua. Fuck, I wish I'd have made that money, but I'm the cash cow. I'm the king. I'm the guy in the heavyweight division, you know? So what do you start doing? You start underestimating fighters, all right? LA 12, I did hear he's slimming down. He should. He knows what he needs to do. If he would have got with Freddie Roach would have recommended the same thing. Get rid of all this fucking muscle. We don't need that. That's not for boxers. That's for bodybuilders. This is not a bodybuilding contest. You know, be the part, don't look the part. Be the part. Marcel Mateo, it took Wilder a while to beat Eric Molina, while AJ finished him quickly. Molina even hurt Wilder a couple times. I do agree AJ should stay off of social media. He should. But then let's look at that again. Deontay Wilder knocked out Dominic Brazil in one round. It took Anthony Joshua 7. But what does that mean? That doesn't mean shit. You know, you can argue from a casual standpoint, but it really wouldn't get you anywhere. But you're right, I'm with agreement. He should stay the hell off of social media. People shouldn't even know how slim he's getting. People shouldn't even know what he's working on. It's like, to me, he's trying to show too much assurance to the fans. He doesn't have to show them shit until fight night. Let his hands, let his actions, let his skill do the talking. Let his improvements do the walking. Okay? That's what I would say to AJ. Like, fucking get off of social media. You don't need that. Show him something every now and then or something. I don't know, like a teaser. And then get the fuck off of there. Right? Let the views, let the likes, let all that shit rise. But he gets back to the drawing board, you know? Coop Dodge 86. Big up again, brother. Thank you for your support. Counterpunch to you. Wilder is a bum hunter. Look at his resume compared to AJ's. Fanboy killer. I can't disagree with you. I mean, his resume, and a lot of people just swear I'm just hating on Wilder. I'm not. Wilder, he's been managed wrong. Billy B, hello. Counterpunch to you. AJ losing will be good for boxing. Expose alcoholic or exposeaholic. Well, I guess it would be good for, I don't know what it really would be good for. Because think about it. You saying AJ losing again is good for boxing? Fuck. Tell that to the people that want to fight him for the millions. Tell that people that would want to actually fight Anthony Joshua for more money than they ever made in their life. And they're never gonna make that kind of money. People don't understand that. These fighters are talking about, oh, I want more money, and Hearn and Joshua, they're lowballing me and all this shit. But then what are they fighting for? They're fighting for bullshit crumbs. You know what I mean? You're stepping over $1 to pick up change. You know? But it is what it is. Kurt, I'm going to knock out barbershop conversation for lying on Eddie Hearn. I mean, he's getting violent and shit. Appreciate you, Joe. Wilder has his flaws, but you have to respect the right hand. Hell yeah, you got to respect the right hand. Mala 2243, you better respect that shit. Robbie Wiz, I don't know. I don't know what he meant by that, or they meant by that. By AJ would be, you know, because it seems like to me, AJ is the landlord. He's the one that's coming with the big money. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ain't coming with that type of money. Look at how tight. Okay, Tyson Fury. Who is he fighting? Bums. What was that? What was Tom Schwartz? What was his fight purse? $1 million, right? You think if he would have fought Joshua, he would have just made $1 million? And I can't wait to see what fucking Luis Ortiz makes. You know what I'm saying? Armando Ortiz. I like the amount of respect Wilder has for Lennox Lewis. Every video I see them together. Armando Ortiz. Lennox Lewis taught Deontay Wilder how to fucking throw a jab. So he's a mentor to Deontay Wilder. So that's another reason why I wouldn't want to see Lennox Lewis. I don't even think Lennox Lewis would even accept that. I think he reached out or he recommended somebody. But I don't think that, first of all, I don't even think that he can, because PBC has weird contracts, man. I think PBC is behind a whole lot of shite. Let's get those likes up. Anyone that hasn't hit the like button, hit the like button for me. Smash it, please. Why does Fury like tomato cans so much? Fight someone with real. American patriot. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. Tyson Fury, look, as long as they allowing that shit to happen, so be it. It's the only thing I can say about Fury, man. I mean, I don't really want to talk about Fury if Fury ain't fighting nobody worth a fuck. We got the best fight of the best heavyweight fight, or should I say the most anticipated heavyweight fight this year. The sequel, the rematch, the reckoning, la revancha, right? We have this coming on. This is what we have, you know? Do you think Ruiz would beat Wilder? Show me. No, I don't. I don't think he'll beat Wilder. You know? Because Wilder, I would give the edge to Wilder because Wilder's fast and he knows how to stay at distance. Because he's going to sit back and watch Ruiz while he launches that right hand. And a lot of times, Wilder throws it just to see if it lands. Even though he doesn't throw it a lot like he used to, because he knows if he punches wrong, he could damage his hand again. And he knows that's not good for him. No, one M, one king. Absolutely. I think Ruiz is a great counterpuncher. You know. That's why you always have to watch him. Wilder versus Ruiz is May versus Pac all over again in the heavyweight division. I don't know about that shit. I don't know about that shit. That's a big, as far as what? As far as like hype? As far as money? As far as what? Skill? I'm not sure about that one. Explain yourself. Jose Rodriguez. Viva Mexico. That's it, brother. Ruiz, the destroyer. I know you must be proud to be a Mexican if you are Mexican. You might not be, but if you are, salute. Great. Money. I don't know, Disposaholic. I don't think that Wilder and Ruiz will generate the type of money even this fight has to offer. Let alone last fight. Fucking Joshua made 35 million. I think Ruiz made 7. Well, look here. If Ruiz beats Joshua again, okay, then they get an undisputed fight going. I bet you he still won't get what he made against Joshua. And Wilder sure as hell won't get paid more than what Joshua made in the last fight, which is $35 million. They're not going to give him that type of money. One M, one king. I'm proud to be black and white. I heard that. Counterpunch to you, brother. A biracial angel. You shot Derek Jeter. Oh, man, I love that movie. I bet they get more. Hey, I hope they get more. But I doubt they do, because they're not the draw. You know? Young Mello, he says bomb squad. Wilder needs 3 fights to make 35 million. Fuck, he probably needs 5. Let's face it, you know, this is money now. This ain't boxing ability, this is business. They don't give him that type of money like that. He does good. He's quadrupled he's times 2. Quadrupled times 2 the amount of money he used to make. So you can't be mad at Wilder for upping his profile, but you got to understand how he did it. Okay? He did the shit simply like this. He negotiated, or because of negotiations with Anthony Joshua, a fighter that got a lot more money, that inadvertently raised his profile. Right? Because the only person he fought was Fury since Ruiz. So Fury, now he was forced to fight Dominic Brazil, right? Supposedly forced, right? And here's the thing, the more Eddie Hearn and Joshua offered him, the more value he became. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, if you offer somebody 100 million, you can't say that they're not worth 100 million no more. Right? Even though they might not get $1 million, it's just satisfying to know. That's just like a beautiful chick that you know that she might seem out of your league, but then you find out, or they offer themselves to you. Even if you turn it down, you have gratification, you know, and juice, right? To know, hey, I could have had that girl. That's how Deontay Wilder was with that money. Because he knew, well, hell, if they offer me $100 million, I must be a $100 million fighter. That's why it was a bad idea to ever do that shit. But it did show who was fucking with who. See, Wilder didn't clearly want that type of money. He didn't want that type of money because he felt he could get more. So greed filled his, you know. Wilder makes 18.5 million a fight. Don't lie. Who did he make 18.5 with? Exposeaholic. Who did he make that with? I'm waiting. Who the fuck did he make $18.5 million with? Byron Newton. Have I watched Hatman's boxing videos? I've caught some of his. You know, he's a real unbiased cat. He just, you know, he does his research. You know, it's a good channel. I like that channel. Let's see. Johnny Morgan, do you think Kaunaki troubles Wilder? No. He can, but no. Because Wilder sees those guys that come rushing in like that, rushing and attack like motherfuckers. Nah. Let's get those likes up, guys. Let's get them up. Like the ladies' man, like two funsies. Yeah, get them up in there. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Because Kaunaki, he can fight. But when the moment Deontay Wilder lands, and if he lands on an area, he's going to take him out. He got that power, man. You know? Dragon leg, I don't know. I want him to research some shit for me. 18.5. Who the fuck did Wilder make $18.5 million from fighting a single fight? I'm not talking about that secret ass staying at Showtime deal plus the Dominic Brazil. No, I don't want to hear that shit. We've already debunked that. That's, you know, let's stop that shit. You know? He was guaranteed $4 million to fight fucking Fury. Okay? That's what his guarantee was. They made over the 250 pay-per-view buys. I think they did 325,000 pay-per-view buys. Okay? And you have to split that shit up between the broadcasting companies, the coaches, the managers, and all of that shit. Then you got to split that times two because it's going to two different fighters. Look, the man didn't make the type of money people think he did. He made more than he ever made, right? They gave him something to stay at Showtime. Whatever that is, he can't talk about it. But I've already found out because Forbes already counted and calculated what he made for the Fury fight and the Dominic Brazil fight. Right? So that was Fury, Dominic Brazil, and Stan at Showtime. So it was like a package deal or something like that. You know? 3-fight deal with Showtime, 8.5 a fight. Okay. So he's getting 18.5 off the top. Okay, Exposeaholic. Someone screenshot that shit, please. So when he fights fucking Ortiz and they say he's guaranteed $10 fucking million, what are you gonna say now? Matter of fact, I'm gonna screenshot the shit. There we go. So it's screenshot. So if they come saying some shit like, oh, for this pay-per-view, because you know how pay-per-view works, right? Pay-per-view works like this. Pay-per-view works like you have to make a certain amount of money to, you have to sell a certain amount of pay-per-view buys to make a certain dollar amount. If you don't make that dollar amount, that means whatever the network is going to have to pay the difference. Okay? So they have a set dollar amount, just like Fury Wilder's dollar amount was 250 pay-per-view buys to secure what they were guaranteed. Okay? So if they didn't make that 250 pay-per-view buys, that company, Showtime would have to pay the difference. And so they would take a loss because they have to guarantee the fight purse for the fighters, at least that. But if they go over, it's an investment and everyone gets a cut out of that. Okay, so you're telling me that he's getting 18.5 off the top. And then Luis Ortiz is getting whatever. Right? Okay, we'll see. Exposeaholic, we will see. Vamos a ver, we will see. Joshua gave Ruiz his best, and it didn't even gaze Ruiz. 1M, 1 King. It put him down. You know? I mean, he didn't just jump up. You know what I mean? He was more surprised, like, fuck. So a knockdown ain't a phase. All right, you know. A lot of people would disagree. That's all I'm going to say about that. Shane Levine. Hey, Kurt, it's 6 a.m. here in the UK, so just popped in to give a look and a say hello. Shane Levine, counterpunch to you. Appreciate it. Tony Lyons, Wilder has never made 18.5 million. Never. No, he hasn't. Yeah, in his whole career, sure. You add all that shit together, you know? Young Target, finally giving Wilder his props. I mean, look, you give him credit when credit's due. It was never about, well, can't say it was never about skill. You have to respect the power. That man hits you, he's knocking you the fuck out. He's gonna render you unconscious some kind of way. Watch out. Let's get those likes up, guys. Let's get those likes up. Costea Laurentio. What's up, fight fans? That's it. That's the slogan. Kalnaki is very durable and has a high work rate, but it's a great fight. Look, shit, if they make it, I'll see it. I'd want to see it. NS, Fury made about 10 million total. Wilder probably got 12 million. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. But according to Fury, he gave his shit to charity, right? So, whatever. You know? Okay, Exposaholic, tell me this. You saying he made 18.5 million a fight, and he's betting on himself. That's a fucking horrible. That's horrible. What is 18.5 million compared to 50? You know? That's fucking watermelons to grapes. So for 3 fights, he made 18.5 million, where he could have fought 2 fights and made 100. It's not even a comparison. So let's say you're right. Fleet Morgan, Wells, counterpunch to you. The Canelo Alvarez situation. You know, look, I don't want to talk about Alvarez. I don't know. I'll save that energy for another time. But he got up like it was nothing. He did get up. You know what I mean? He got up. He got up out like, fuck, I'm going to get up. But then listen to what Ruiz said out of his own mouth, 1M, 1 King. He said, look, when I got up, fuck. I was just like, come on, God, please, let's get up. I got to get him back. Remember that? If he got up like it was nothing, it just like, oh, no, he didn't hurt me at all. You never heard Ruiz say that. You never heard, hey, he didn't hurt me at all. No, he never said that shit. You know? He wasn't hurt like Joshua thought, because Joshua was trying to end the show, which was fucking very bad. It was a very terrible idea. He said expose haulers and alcohol. Wilder could not sell out a McDonald's in his hometown. Damn. That's cold. Not even a Mickey D's? Andre, the countdown begins till AJ becomes the 2-time unified heavyweight champion of the world. One-hit wonder Ruiz. Oh, man. Andrew Godin, right? Hey, you know, see, to me, I feel that Andy Ruiz has to prove that this wasn't a fluke. So I think, like he did say, he's going to throw more punches. Remember, he said that. He said, you know what? I'm going to throw more punches. I'm going to be more aggressive. Didn't he not? So, you know, he might come in and thinking like, I'll show these motherfuckers that I'm not a one-hit wonder. You know what I'm saying? So he might come in more aggressive. What does that mean? Is that good for Joshua? Or is that bad for Joshua? If Joshua gets timid and clam up, it could be bad. If Joshua uses those punches in his counters, it could be bad for Ruiz. We just got to see. So, Areola versus Huey Fury. Damn. Yeah, look, I just did the live stream on that Cola Atanda. Andy Ruiz claims he was cherry picked when it was reality. He begged for an opportunity of the lifetime to fight AJ. Absolutely. You don't beg for somebody that handpicked you. You don't beg that person. You made that person to see that you were available, that you were that guy. He convinced Eddie Hearn, you know? And I know how he did it. Please, Eddie Hearn, give me the opportunity. I just won a good fight. I'm here to win. I think it would be a blessing to fight Anthony Joshua in Madison Square Garden. And Joshua like, fuck mate, let's get this stay pumped from our middle man. Fucking cream him. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. DJ D Hindi, DJ DNR. Hello from Auckland. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Kurt, I have a question for the rematch. Does AJ bring his previous sparring partner, or do you know any other fat dudes that Joshua can? He better bring somebody else. Fucking DeWaco might fucking concuss him again or some shit. Where are my questions? Blank, can you see me? Okay. I didn't catch it. I'm sorry. Ruiz was stunned. I mean, he was down. You know what I mean? I mean, he put him down. Dude, it wasn't like he fucking slipped or anything like that. Now, Flash knocked down, okay. But he didn't get up right away, though. Look at that shit again. Lee Fitzgerald. I think Joshua was going to show up like a different monster on December 7th. Look, he better. He has to. Esperant Bassimi. I'm sure Lennox Lewis will be very grateful to AR if he beat AJ. So he will be the only English heavyweight to get back his belts after. Yep. Oh, you know, it's all about that competition, man. It's all about the competition, man. You know, I think Lennox Lewis looks at Anthony Joshua and is like, you know what? Fuck it. LA 12. Do I like boxing ego? Some of his shit's okay. I mean, I don't dislike everything he has, you know what I mean? But I understand certain people push certain shit. And that shit, I either counterpunch it or ignore it. You know what I mean? He's quite humorous at times, though. You know, it is what it is. But, like, you could also see the bullshit, too. You know what I mean? So, you know, all of it, no. But, look, you don't disagree with a person on everything. One thing I don't like, I don't hate the guy, but one thing I hate and can't stand is arrogance. See, I'm not gonna sit here with you guys and tell you, oh, you're fucking stupid, you're trash, you guys don't know nothing. Well, if you fucking guys don't know nothing, why are you here? You know what I mean? That's what I'm like. I'm like, look, we can all share. You give your predictions, your thoughts, your opinions. That's why we engage, right? We all fucking talk. We talk to one another. We respond. We communicate, you know, but we respect one another. You know, it might be some shit talk between fighters. Sure, that's cool too. But at the end of the day, you know, that's like me calling it exposeaholic. You know, oh, you're fucking stupid. You're dumb. Everything else you said, you just like, come on. Quit smelling yourself. You know, that's what I don't like about that shit. You know what I mean? Like you motherfucker, you don't know everything. You read articles and you fucking post, report articles. Then you give your spiel on the shit, whatever that shit is. You know, don't mean you know more than the next motherfucker that can read that shit up. You know what I mean? You know, I have people that come to me with inside information too, because this is what I do also. However, that doesn't mean that I'm better than anyone else. Yes, I know boxing. People know that I know boxing, so they come here and we talk together about boxing. Not how smarter I am than you or all that bullshit. You know what I mean? And you need to shut up, or you need to do this or do that. You know, so. But no, anyway. Will Fat Andy come in lighter than before? He shouldn't. He should come in the same weight. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He could be fucking himself up. But it could be a thing. Both these guys come in smaller. You know? They did think it was a cherry pick that they thought just cause Parker beat Ruiz, AJ would walk right through him. Well, if they thought that shit, they were wrong, Exposaholic. Triangle theories don't work. I keep telling people that. That does not mean shit. You think if Ruiz goes and beats Joshua, and then one day Deontay Wilder will become disarmed and go in there and fight Joshua, you think he can't get his ass beat by Joshua because Ruiz beat him? Short ass Ruiz, where we all know that Joshua has problems fighting shorter people, shorter opponents. Come on, man. He goes out there and gets waxed, then it's gonna blow everybody away. So the smart motherfuckers that put money on Joshua, right? Because it's not gonna be like it was, but damn, Joshua's going out for the WBC belt, you know, or maybe by that fucking time, he been and fought Ruiz and beat Ruiz, so he's like undisputed. Then he comes in, he finally gets his A-side badge, he finally gets all these accolades, and then he fights in Las Vegas against Anthony Joshua because he claimed he wanted to fight him, right? Matchroom puts up some money to fight. He knows he's getting a nice check, probably 18.5, right, Exposaholic? He might get that then. And they fight, and fucking Wilder gets upset. Oh, and people will be fucking so surprised. I will not be, because styles don't make, okay? Triangle theories don't work. They don't work, okay? Triangle theories are like this. You assume because this fighter beat this guy, and then that guy that he beat that guy, it's stupid. They're two different fighters, two different styles, two different heights, different altogether. One black, one Mexican, one tall, one short, one's faster, one has longer arms, one throws combinations, one hardly ever does. Come on, man, they can't be so different. You know? Sajid Muhammad, look, I did a video on it. Who knows? Nebraska, oh shit. Akon. Big D London, how will AJ lose the muscle mass and become less robotic? Work on more calisthenics. Fuck the weights. Only do mitts. More cardio. That's how he does that. Easy. I mean, he's gonna be a muscular dude. It ain't the fact that he's just gonna, you know, fucking deflate like a whoopee cushion or nothing like that. But, you know, it's like he can slim down, because it's not about, okay, he should look like, he won't even look like Tony Bellew and Creed. But even Tony Bellew and Creed, that was a real boxer body. Flexible, loose, you know, fluid. There's fluidity, right? I'll support the videos and we'll just stay off the live feed. I'll ask all the videos, all his video questions, and I'll get missed. I'll just watch the videos, counterpunch. Ronnie Fraud X401, okay. Ronnie Fraud X, I didn't even see you. What did you ask? Boxing Ego blocked me for being a DAZN fan. Yeah, he will, because he's, his thing, he's pushing Fox. Those guys are, I don't know, man. They do that shit. Blake Taylor, Hatman, Boxing Squared, IFL, and Kurt is where it all is for boxing. Hey, I have no argument in that. Let's get those likes up. What's up? We got 248 on the chat. Who hasn't hit the like button? Hit the like button for me, please. The Bane 1986. You don't need to rip in the exposaholic. That's what we're for. Damn, the Counterpunch Squad. I see. Tony Lyons. WB seems to think he has inside information. He's funny. Well, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of times people find certain clips and shit from old and use it and rehash it and all that shit. So I don't really know what his sources are because I don't really look at his shit like that. This triangle talk is stupid as fuck. I agree. People are worried about, let's worry about Joshua and Ruiz. Wilder and Joshua, that shit, that's not going to happen no time soon. Let's take one at a time. Why be the last LDBC Slayer? Give him a shout out. Well, shout out to you, YB. Counterpunch to you. Kevin Waters, good morning from Washington. Oh, that's cool. Philip Carl Roberts. Saudi Arabia Stadium has a retractable roof. That's cool because if it rains, you don't fuck everything up. Because that'll fuck up the sails and things like that. Lee Fitzgerald. Breaking news, Tyson Fury to fight Campbell Soup Can. Yeah, man, that's him. Sean O'Brien, hey Counterpunch. Hitting ye up from Dublin, Ireland. Dublin is in the house. Thank you, brother. Thank you for your support. Blake Taylor, he could win. And if he does, you know what? Andrew Ruiz should do exactly what he did last time. That's it. It's not a bad game plan. It wasn't a bad game plan. It wasn't. There wasn't anything to that. Billy B, make him miss, make him pay. Yep. I am Armando Ortiz. Do you miss HBO's Face Off? Man, you know what? I do. I really do. Scants Rants, that's a good idea, man. Do live call-ins. Absolutely. I'm going to start doing that. This channel is growing, and I'm thinking of more and more things, and that's actually a good idea. You know what I mean? Like the Boxing Voice, how they have live people that come in, Well, TV Samuel Garcia SG, do you think Ruiz is overlooking AJ? Well, I don't think he's overlooking AJ, but I think, how if you do something and you figured out how to do something that nobody else did, it's kind of it gives you this, it does give you this confidence, like you're not as worried about it to do it again. Because you're like, man, yeah, I know how to do that. Yeah, I know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it might be one of those situations. It might be. I'm not saying it definitely is. But, you know, but when you know, okay, I know he's going to do this. He fights like a robot. If you are a fighter that already has that guy figured out, you're not going to really have to change anything. You know what I mean? Now, he did mention weight, and he was going to come in smaller or whatever, but I don't know if that's a good idea, me personally. Hablas el español perfectamente. Saludo desde España. Ok. Salud para la España. Presente. All right. Shouts out to Spain. A las 6:00 de la semana. Okay. Or mañana de la mañana. Okay, cool. All right. You know what? I really plan to do like an all Spanish podcast. I don't know if I just got enough, you know, Spanish support like that. You know, I'll probably get ripped to shreds by, you know, Ruiz fans though. But I'm like, why are you mad at me? I'm just speaking my mind. Yeah, I try, you know. It's broken Cuban, bro. Fan Ruiz also took the fight on short notice. Mala 2243. Actually, he didn't. If you look at a regular Ruiz fight camp at 6 weeks, he knew in 6 weeks advance, he just got out of a fight. He took a week off and went right into it. So it wasn't that fucking short of a notice. It wasn't like Manny Pacquiao taking Le Dedolo Le Duaba on in 2 weeks. It wasn't nothing like that. You know, yes, he was a replacement. He was a replacement, but he was not a guy that was out of shape. He was not a guy with a handicap. People need to understand that. So people think, well, he's going to be bigger and stronger and better. No, not really. He'll be the fucking same he was. If he decides to lose weight, he'll lose weight. Cool. But the guy was good. That's why he was able to perform like he did, people. So you can't blame it on that. Oh, man, he got a short notice. He's a replacement. No. Yeah, he's a replacement because Miller fucked up. He fucked himself royally. Okay, we get it. He was a damn drug factory. His body was a fucking storage for drugs. You know what I'm saying? But look, why do you think Ruiz reached out to Hearn? Because he was ready. He was fucking ready to take on the best. Okay? He was ready to take on Anthony Joshua. If he wasn't ready, that wouldn't have been well in short notice. No, he was ready. He was like, fuck, I just kicked ass my last fight. I'm going to chill out, slam my chick, my wife or whatever, right? Chill out and get back into the ring. And especially when he got the fight, that pumped him up to fight more. You know what I mean? You know, look, American Patriot 1776. This is Andy Ruiz. Baby, I'm telling you. I'm going to get this fucking fight. We're going to get this money. We're going to get this feria. Baby, I'm going to beat this fucker's ass. I'm telling you. You laughing, but I'm telling you. Hand me that Snicker. Listen, I'm telling you. I'm going to fucking win. I emailed Eddie, and he's looking for opponents. And like, you seen how I did that last fucking guy? Baby, I can do this. Hey, sit down, baby. Sit down. Siéntate. But listen, I can beat this fucking guy. I promise you. This would be such a blessing for all of us. I'm gonna buy my fucking mom a house. And I'm gonna fucking buy myself a mansion. All of us we're gonna have a fucking tree house in the backyard. It's gonna fucking work fine. That is exactly what the fuck happened. Do you think somebody that was not in shape, that was not ready, would want to reach out to Eddie Hearn like he did? And that's exactly what he did. He did everything he said he was going to do. He did a Deontay Wilder. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. And he did. So there's no fucking way that you can tell me that Andy Ruiz had a handicap. There's no way. No fucking way. You know what I mean? There's no way, man. You know? Chris Eubanks Sr. I've heard him. But dude, I'm terrible at like British accents, because he has like this swanky ass accent. You see him, he looks like fucking Donatello, but then he talks like fucking Sir Charles III Hamilton or some shit, But, no, man, those guys knew, and see, here's the thing. That's why I don't really understand like Luis Ortiz. I don't think they wanted that fight or couldn't have that fight, because why did Ruiz do and make that himself known? That made Eddie Hearn more optimistic for him picking him as an opponent, because he already knew, like, hey, we got this kid that he just fought. I seen him fight. He's a good fighter. Hey, look, he was a good replacement. Now he's a good champion. Now Anthony Ruiz has a real fight on his hands. It gave Anthony Joshua something to do, something to focus on, because he wasn't looking at shit. Wilder was going to play games because he wanted more money than he was fucking worth. I'm sorry, that's what the fuck it was. He's not going to take $100 million. Look, I don't think he would have took anything. I would have gave up after that shit. Motherfucker, I'm not giving you no more money. You don't deserve that. You can't tell me you and Showtime. It'll take 3 Showtime networks to pay you what we offered you. No fucking way. So he can forget about that Wilder fight. But guess who's coming around, people? Wilder. We could fight. We could get that fight made. I could fight anybody. I would like to fight anybody at the end of my career. I think, for me, I think that, I want to fight the best. So the best need to fight. And I think me and Joshua, it ain't over for Joshua. That shit. Come on, man. You hated Joshua's guts when that motherfucker was undefeated, making money, and fucking a unified champion. He hated his fucking guts. You know what I'm saying? So let's stop. Now he want to fight because he knows there's still a chance that he can savor up some of this money. Save, He could do something. He knows. Yeah, set the date. Don't wait. Set the date. Don't wait. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say about Wilder, man. I will say this: watch the fucking right hand. If you don't watch the right hand, that'll be your last time. That's all you can remember. If Joshua doesn't remember shit in the 3rd round, he won't remember shit after the 3rd round, because it wouldn't be that fucking Ruiz temple punch. Yeah, man. That Ruiz, man. Ruiz is a character, though. I see Ruiz smoking weed and shit. You ever notice he's probably smoking weed with his boys and eating Snickers and tacos and street tacos and shit? You know what I mean? He's passing the joint. You see, I knocked that fucker out. We're gonna watch it again. I'm telling you, I'm gonna do it again. We're going to Saudi Arabia, and I'm gonna do it over there with the Arabs. Hey, pass me that shit. I told you I was gonna do it. Hey, get out of that treehouse. Yeah, order some extra pizzas. Yeah, let's get some pizza. Let's get some Papa John's. I like Papa John's. Let's order them. Shit. That's all meats. All meats. No veggies. No, put veggies on it. They make me shit. I get constipated with too much meat. Remember he said he had too much meat on it? He said meat. He was on Joe Rogan and shit. He said, the motherfucker, he can't. He said he gets constipated. He can't take his shit. That was hilarious. And he was just like, I can't shit. I get constipated. I get problems. Joe Rogan was rolling. But that's real. I like that. I like a guy that can talk about his bowel movements. You know what I mean? He can talk about his shit, you know? Damn, he said he would beat Joshua the same way Bellew beat Hay. Yeah, Bellew did beat the shit out of Hay. That was an upset too, though. It was an upset too. It really was. You know, and Hay got his ass out of the game too. He fucking became a promoter of the dude he glossed. He fucking glossed me. You glossed me, David Hay. I am going to shoot you. David Hay, I am going to shoot you. He fucking glossed me. He fucked them up. You know, look. Chisora should have stayed up on that podium. He shouldn't have been out there fucking with David Hay. David Hay hit him with the haymaker. Haymaker fucking back of the glass. You know? Blake Taylor won't be constipated no more. Yeah, man. Yeah, he said that shit. Said he gets constipated eating too much meat. I try not to eat too much meat because I can't shit. Hey, man, he can only be him at the end of the day, you know? Fuck it. You know what I mean? That's Andy Ruiz, though, man. You know, but it is a different dynamic. It's a different you know, because Joshua, you know, he had it. He's that Floyd Patterson. He's that, you know, he's that good role model kind of fighter. You know, then you got Andy Ruiz. He's unlike no heavyweight that we know. You know, and Byron Newton. You know something? Usyk is waiting for that victim. He's waiting for whoever. Boxing is fucking looking real good. Regardless of who wins or who loses, they gotta see Usyk. They gotta see Usyk. WBO, mate. You know? And then, and see, here's the thing. You got so many fights. Let's say Usyk beats Usyk beats Ruiz. Then Parker's gonna fight Usyk. Wow. Everybody wants Joshua because Joshua is revered as that top boxer. Now we're questioning that because he got beat, right? Well, okay. But what else does Joshua carry? He carries money. So a lot of people want that, you know? Joshua's a cash cow. He is. It's Canelo, and I don't know what the fuck Canelo do. I don't even want to talk about Canelo, but then it's Joshua. You know? So, hey, they know where the money is. They know exactly where the money is, guys. So, it is what it is. AJ won't be the cash cow if he keeps losing. Fucking right he won't. If he loses again, it's like party. You know what I mean? This would be a great retirement party for him. Like real talk. You know, because this would be his 401k if he loses again. And not say he can't fight anymore, it's just he would lose so much. You know, he got beat over here in America, then he went to another foreign neutral area and then got beat over there. You know what I mean? He could probably do some domestic shit, but then that's everything he would have. But at that point, would it be everything that he needs? You got to think about it. Like, he built everything in the UK, right? Everything that he built was in the UK. But he lost everywhere else. Then he comes home. With the thing is, would they respect him if he did lose everything? If he came, tried to get the belts, lost the belts, tried to get them back in another foreign land, would they respect him without those belts? Those are the questions you ask yourself. Would the public, would the UK, his warm market of fans, would they still be his loyal fans at the end of the day? So, you know, so it is what it is. Hell yeah, $70 million in oil money, not bad. Punch quote formerly Triple H 1200. Good counter punch, brother. Hearn versus Heyman fight would sell out. It sure the fuck would. I'd put my money on Hearn. He's a big, tall bastard. And you think he don't spar and shit? Being close to this sport? Fuck. You know? But I don't know. Heyman might be a little quick street motherfucker. You know what I mean? Come on, motherfucker. You know, he might give him a three-piece and we've had fucking Eddie shook for a while, get in the inside. But Eddie's like 230. That motherfucker's tall. He's taller than me. He's like 6'4". I know I'm like 6'3" or something like that. That motherfucker's taller than me. He's up there with Joshua. You know? Bobby Heyman. Kurt, have you ever boxed before? Yeah, I was an amateur boxer. An amateur boxer, kickbox, taekwondo, all that shit. Yeah. Had about 40 fights, you know. If AJ loses, I'm still a fan. Well, there you go. You know, if everyone thought like you, he would still have his fan base. People would still like him. But again, it's how he loses people. We got to remember that. It ain't just, oh, he lost all this, the end of AJ. Look, if it's a fucking tough, murky fight, right? And guys that go back and forth, you don't fucking get, because we got to remember something, people. We are finally getting AJ to open up. Because before it was like, nope, nothing was wrong. Take no responsibility. I take full responsibility, so to speak. He's the bitter man that night, that's it. Now it's different. Now it's like, I don't know why the referee did the fuck he did. I didn't understand him. I didn't even really want to fight him. I was thinking about fucking Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? Now these things are coming out. Now, let's face it though. Would you really respected Anthony Joshua if he came out with all those shits at one time? I don't think so. You know what I mean? So I don't think that would have been the case. I think people would have been like, oh, another motherfucker. He lost, so he has 100 excuses. Because that's what you hate to see. But then this was the one time where we expected excuses, right? You know what I mean? Like, wait a minute, this don't sound, this is an imposter. You know? Who are you and what you did with the real AJ? He's some fucking taped up and shit. Fuck. If he loses, he never will box again. His whole career was gifts. Yeah, Exposaholic, you sound like Wilder. Did I get that bitch? I hope I got him. You sound like Wilder, because that's exactly what Wilder said. You know? Yeah, AJ, J. Pearson 568, he is too honest at times. But fuck it. You know? Let it be. Let the cat out of the bag. Logic, AJ gets outboxed by Fury and gets floored by Wilder, just saying. You know what, Logic? Let me give you another scenario. What happened when Fury sparred Joshua? Do you remember that, Logic? Just saying. If you never saw that, you never heard what Tyson Fury said about that, look it up. Three Amigos. How can Foreman help AJ? Well, he knows the experience. He knows the ring. He knows the fighters. He knows how to stay tall and fight shorter fighters. He fought one of Supreme toughest shorter fighters, which was Joe Frazier. So I think he could be a good asset to the team. Exposaholic is Wilder on a burner account. Damn. You know, if Wilder was on here, you know what I'd tell Wilder? To this day! To this day! That's what I'd tell him. AJ got more glass than Wilder and Ruiz put together. Oh, class. Okay. Well, is Usyk versus Takam happening this year? Let's hope so. Let's hope it's in. I don't know, man. I gotta find out, because I mean, I look at BoxRec, I look at, let's see. Let me take a look. Wilder versus, yeah, look. Kevin Microwave, I don't even give a shit whose fault it is for not working, not for it not happening. I'm glad the fight is made. I don't know why. I think the money is what brought him there. In Saudi Arabia, it's a neutral ground. But honestly, I think it benefits Joshua, though, since Joshua is supposed to be real tight with one of the royal families in Saudi Arabia. He spends a lot of time, you know, over there. So, you know, but money talks and bullshit runs a marathon. Okay, well, we have a date for Usyk versus Takam. Okay, now don't kill the messenger, because this is according to the professional record on Wikipedia, and they said it is October 12th, 2019. So October 12th. So let's hope that's the case. It might be pushed, it might, you know, but there's nothing official yet. You know. Thomas C., I doubt that. No, this fight ain't happening. This fight ain't stopping. I mean, this fight's been made. You know, I would be very surprised if Ruiz pulled some shit, or, you know what I mean? And then I would be like, you know what, fuck it. You know? I would stop looking forward to the fight, because if they want to stop and do little shit like that, no. You know? Yeah, you know, that's what, you know, so somebody had to verify it if it's on Wikipedia. Fucking Ruiz. I agree, the Bane. But no, I will say this, though. I will say this. This fight is the exercise, the rematch clause is exercised and the fight's been made. Now, the funny thing about this is, what's up with the fucking Luis Ortiz and Wilder fight? Big D London, I have no idea. If they don't sell Snickers, we're gonna have a problem. They don't have Snickers, and I just fucking forgot all my Snickers in my other backpack. You know what? This is some bullshit. I didn't want to come here anyway. Fuck this place. I don't like all the Muslims here. This shit's everyone's all wrapped up. Cause I understand, I want to wrap myself up because it's fucking hot, eh? No? Well, hey, it could be, you know? But it could be Ruiz's retirement party. Because if he loses, okay, no harm, no foul. You know what I mean? But we'll see how valuable he is to Al Heyman after he loses. That's what you know, those are things you look for. Those are lessons to be made. You know? It's all right, Thomas C. You know, if it's on Joshua's, it's pretty confirmed, but it's funny how he posts this picture and then Ruiz haven't. Now that is kind of skeptical, but you know, whatever, you know. I don't know. I got to do the time. Maybe like 12 o'clock or some shit like that. 12 o'clock noon, the fight will be. But I might go to Saudi Arabia for this. You know, I have a friend that her family's over there, so I may go over there. And, you know, I haven't decided yet. It depends on, you know, I might get a job. So if I get a job, you know, you know what I mean? I might be in Canada or New Orleans or, you know, somewhere. But I haven't decided yet, you know. Bruce Lee, I like AJ as a boxer, but he lost. Wilder is not the problem. But if Wilder loses, will he get the same love as AJ? If not, why? I don't know, man. You know what? I think he'll get the love from his fans. You know what I'm saying? And that's a very good question, Bruce Lee. Because everybody's riding him because they expect him to be the next Floyd Money Mayweather. They don't mind him and whoever he fights because they know if it's the easier the fight is, the less risky it is for him to lose that O. If he doesn't lose the O, he's going to be their bro. If he loses it, we'll see how loyal they are. You know what I mean? That's the thing you want to see. Eventually, all these motherfuckers will lose. Okay? Now, Wilder, he might be the last one standing, but it will be a lesson to see if he falls. If Ruiz knocks out Deontay Wilder, yes, it'll be breaking news. But you got to look at the LGBTC channels. We're going to see how they cushion it. We're going to see how they react to it. You know? Yes, smash the like button. We got 178 likes, 260 on the chat. Let's smash it. Why not? 48-0-1 when Wilder retires. He better go for that 50. Fuck that 49. That's tying with Rocky Marciano, Exposaholic. He better go for the 50-0. A matter of fact, 2 more, 51-0. Beat Floyd's record. But Floyd never had a draw. Floyd never got a draw. So, you know, he still has a scratch. That one represents a flaw, a blemish. Okay? Yep, Floyd wasn't a heavyweight, but hey, you know, everyone's trying to emulate that Floyd strategy, that doctrine. Let's get those likes to 200. Why not? Let's get those likes to 200. Ayo, Alex Stancado. Floyd lost to Castillo in the first fight. Uh-oh, now we're talking about Floyd. I think Tank Davis is supposed to be the next Money Mayweather. Well, that's what they're trying to label him, but it won't be. He's more like the little baby Tyson, but, you know, they won't let him fight anybody, so who cares? Let's get those likes up. Devin Haney is the next Floyd Mayweather. Hey, he could be. Loma versus Tank, Johnny Morgan. Why not? Let's get those likes to 200. We're almost there. Let's crack it wide open. Let's crack it wide open. Man and man, the only man who wants more of these Ruiz. Mr. Ardor. Mayweather beat Castillo both times. Haney got my vote. Logic, appreciate you. Thank you for your support. I don't believe anyone will go 51-0. Look, if they fight the right people, I don't believe that shit either. Because if you're fighting it, look, if you get to 51-0 and you have flaws like Wilder does, you can't tell me that he fought everyone that he could possibly fight that was the best opposition at the time. You can't tell me that shit, man. Statistically, that doesn't work. You see what I'm saying? Like, no. I don't believe that. Look at Roy, you know? Look at Bernard Hopkins. Look at Anthony Joshua. You're going to eventually get beat by someone that figures you out. That's a fact. If you don't, that means your record's been fucked with. That means you've been fighting people you shouldn't be fighting. You know what I mean? Jay Pearson, 568. Counter punch rocks. Fuck it. Mala 2243, apartment from Ortiz and Fury. Wilder hasn't fought anyone. No, he really hasn't. That's why you have to fight everyone. Everyone. You see what I'm saying? So. Or that means that you're too damn good. Yeah, like Roy Jones Jr. was when he went all the way to heavyweight. And nobody could fuck with him. And he still got a loss because of this bullshit disqualification. Yeah. But eventually, when he was on his way back down, yeah. because that was a certain time. He should have retired after that. Norman Edwards. Wilder will get beat by someone. You know what? I don't doubt that, because I'm convinced someone has to figure out all he has is a right hand, and let me neutralize it, let me nullify it, let me do what I need to do to get away from that right. You know, there's a fighter smart enough to respect his speed and his power. You know what I'm saying? Respect that all at the same time, and pace themselves to outbox this guy. And you might not get a knockout. That's not the objective. The objective is to outbox him and win the fight, to dethrone his ass. But knockout is very humbling, because you have no excuse for a knockout. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You know, hey, but Candace, Wilder, he is going back to the basics. He said he's going back to the basics. He said that before the Dominic Brazil fight. Let's see if he's going to do that before the Ortiz fight. And I think he should, if he shouldn't, because Ortiz is going to give it all he take. I hope he don't try to juice himself up and fuck up his money. You know what I mean? Because, you know, he might think he needs a little jolt to his system. You know what I mean? Mark Dordenty. Which one was that? When he fought Usyk? The fight you went to? Well, that's true. One punch can change it all, Exposaholic. How many wins did you have as an amateur? I had 32 wins. 32 wins and 5 losses. Wilder versus Usyk would be interesting to see, but he would duck Usyk. I don't know. I think he would fight Usyk, because he would feel he'd had the upper hand. You know? Honestly, I don't think Deontay Wilder has any more time to duck fighters, period. He can't, like, if he tried to do some shit Fury would do, he would lose credibility. People would see that and shit and be like, you did that the last 9 years. Sorry. You're not doing it no more. You know? That's a good question, Brandon. Are you talking about Ruiz and Joshua? I don't know what the split is. I gotta make certain. But I hear it's only $10 million or $9 million for Ruiz and 91 for Joshua. Lee Fitzgerald, how can he be more basic than he already was? Damn. Wow, that's crazy. Damn, what a counterpunch. No, not at all. Because after that, I started martial arts again, and I went from one to the other. I bounced around. Ruiz and Joshua's head, no question. Ghost of Double G. Hey, you know what? I can't argue with that. I cannot argue with that one, because the way Joshua is on social media, he's obsessed with Ruiz now. It's like he's doing too much. That's why I'm like, dude, get the fuck off of social media. That's something that you should be with your boys. You should be with your coach. Or you should be with whoever you're training with and showing them this shit. He's talking about this as though it was like he survived the fucking 9/11 or something. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, man, you know, it's like, no. He needs to just focus on Ruiz, get off social media, you know. It might be determination, you know how people are, because I remember how Sugar Ray Leonard was. Remember that? When Duran upset Sugar Ray Leonard, that's all he could think about. So it might be that type of spirit. Who knows? Fighting Wilder, keep moving to your right away from the right hand. Yeah, you're going to have to. Armando Ortiz, top 10. Guys, it's time for me to wrap it up. I must train. Then I must get home. But everybody, for all of you that stayed on the chat, thank you guys for coming in, signing on, speaking your piece, counterpunching, right? Don't save that face again, Kirk. Hey, I got to go where the money is. Kevin Waters, peace out. Byron Newton, TV, Samuel Garcia, SG. We'll catch you on the Ruiz tip another time. Peace out. ABS number 1. Philip Carl Roberts. H Money, the boxing voice. Mala that is Mala 2243. I just thought about it. Mala. Mala. Okay. Good chat. Absolutely. You guys be good. Stay tuned for the next one. And all you guys, been Counterpunch. Peace and good night or good morning.